Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I hate and I'm afraid of this game. Mind you, I've never played it, but from where I'm standing, it looks like a nightmare I wouldn't be able to wake up from when I fall asleep. The counters look harder to pull off than convincing EA to finance a new IP. Bosses don't have life bars. Instead, they have whatever this is. The Japanese aesthetic mixed with the supernatural is unappealing to me. And yet, the review scores of Sekiro are really high. It sold 2 million copies 10 days after its release and won multiple Game of the Year awards. So a few days ago, I began to wonder, what was I missing here? What did the other players see that I didn't? What did From Software put in the water exactly? So I came up with 2 strategies to find out the answers of these questions. First, I would find out why gamers love From Software so much that they would be willing to buy whatever game they release, especially Sekiro. Second, I would play the game and see if it is as good as they say it is. Strategy number 1. I looked at all the Souls games From Software released, from Demon's Souls to Elden Ring. I've read every article about them. I've watched all videos of them. I've read about From Software's history and analyzed their website from top to bottom, but I couldn't find the answer I was looking for. But then I remembered the marketing classes I took in university, and everything clicked. You see, it all comes down to brands. A brand is an identity. It is what gamers expect when they see your name in a game trailer. And From Software has identity in spades. Challenging fights, but an exhilarating rush of happiness when victory is achieved. Great level design, fantastic soundtrack, giant boss fights, a gothic setting, and a highly fragmented and almost senseless story are the studio's brand. And gamers recognize those characteristics as soon as they see the From Software logo on the screen. That's the reason people buy whatever game From Software publishes. It's because they feel like they understand and know who the studio is, and people are loyal and buy only from those they feel like they understand in business. Now that I found out why people like From Software so much, it was time for strategy number 2. I spent a few hours playing the game, and this is what I've discovered. From Software didn't hijack anybody's mind, because the game doesn't suck at all. In fact, it's excellent. The combat, while challenging, is not unfair, and the parry system is like nothing I've seen in my years of gaming. The precision it demands of you, Chef's kiss. Also, turns out bosses do have life bars. It's this bar right here. And this one is the posture bar, which tells you how many hits you can block before being vulnerable. However, I've noticed that this game is really different from the other Souls game. For example, you can't customize your character. And speaking of main character, he can actually talk. Plus, I can actually follow the story this time, which is kind of weird. The entire game is weird because it comes from software, but it is so good. There was nothing to be afraid of. Now, the reason I've told you all this is because I want to show you that you should not judge a game before experiencing it. I know you have a game or two that you're afraid of or you think is boring. Don't be like I was. Try it out. If you don't like it, that's fine. You've only wasted a bit of your time. But if you do like it, you might have found your game of the year. Well, guys, it's been nice. I have to go back to playing Sekiro. If you like this type of video, consider liking and subscribing. And also leave in the comments what games you were too afraid to try or that you think is boring. I'll see you next time.